Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Maths with Sir Satish. Last class I had spoken about trigonometric standard angles. It is 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 45 degrees and 90 degrees. Hope you have just gone through those values, practice those values and problems will become much easier. I'll start on some of the basic problems of standard angles. Then we'll increase the level of the problems and finally take up to the maximum level of the problems to look into it. Now here I've got the first problem, sine 30 degrees plus cos 60 degrees. Now if you apply the value for sine 30 according to standard angles, sine 30 is 1 by 2 plus it says according to that cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 is going to be also 1 by 2. So now the normal procedure for LCM from here, common LCM is 2, numerator is 1 plus 1. That is equal to 2 by 2. If you cancel it, it is equal to 1 meters. So that is when it is having a plus sign in between. I have taken another problem which is having a numerator and denominator. So sine 60 degrees, sine 60 is root 3 by 2 divided by sine 30. Sine 30 is going to be 1 by 2. So I've got a numerator and denominator value. Further, this root 3 by 2 into reciprocal, it is going to be 2 by 1. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So answer is going to be equal to root 3. Sine 60 divided by sine 30 is equal to root 3. Now, next is squares I've got. So it is similar like algebraical problem. If I've got something as x cube, you put that x value as 2, then it is understood as 2 cube. Then further the value is going to be equal to 8. Similarly in trigonometry also, it is going to be the same process as you do in algebraical terms. Now here sine square 30, sine 30 is going to be 1 by 2 whole square it is going to be, plus cos square 30, cos 30 is going to be equal to root 3 by 2 whole square it is. Now further, when I carry on with the problem, so 1 square is 1, 2 square is going to be 4, plus square and square root cancels for this. Again 2 square is going to be equal to 4. So square applicable. Now if it is cube, you are going to apply the cube of it. If it is fourth root, then it is going to be according to the fourth root. So now I have got a common LCM that is going to be 4 here. So common LCM is numerator and denominator added as it is. 3 plus 3 is going to be 4. 4 divided by 4, which is equal to 1 it is going to be. Simplest, but only thing you have to know those values of the trigonometric table. Now, next is about this tan 45 and sec 30. Tan 45, as you know, it is equal to 1 minus sec 30. Now, just to remember about cos 30, cos 30 is going to be root 3 by 2. So, sec 30 is going to be reciprocal of that. That is going to be 2 by root 3. Now, the next part is taking up LCM. LCM is root 3. 1 into root 3 is going to be root 3 minus, this will be left as it is because root 3 will get cancelled. You can stop it at that part. Now, for example, if you take up this fifth problem, now it says if tan phi theta equals 1, you have to find theta value. A little bit of a different problem. Now remember, when you are going to equate the values on LHS and RHS, it has to be in same trigonometric functions. Then you can only find out this theta value. Now if you take up this problem, it says tan phi theta is equal to 1. Now tan phi theta is going to be equal to 1 means in terms of tan is going to be tan 45 degrees. Now you are equating the values. Both sides it is going to be having the same trigonometric functions. It is saying as tan it is. So I equate both the sides of the function. Therefore, I can say here phi theta is equal to 45 degrees. Therefore, theta is equal to 45 degrees divided by 5. Product is 5 ones are 5 nines are. theta is going to be equal to 9 degrees. So remember, whenever it is asked to find theta, LHS and RHS should be in the same function. Then only you can equate both of them and remove the required values and find it according to that. Now, for example, if we take up one more problem as like tan 30 degrees into tan 60 degrees. Which product it is? First I look into plus addition. This is division. Addition I took up. Here it was subtraction sign, and then we had something to find theta here. Now if it is a product form, then the same product as you do in algebraical form, only thing you apply the value. Tan 30, as you know, it is going to be 1 by root 3 into tan 60. Tan 60 is going to be equal to root 3 it is going to be. So now root 3 and root 3 gets cancelled, so answer is going to be equal to 1 it is going to be. Now these are the simplest of the problems, just to substitute the values and find out the answer. Next is that we are going to look into numerator and denominator. Go to the next level of the problems. The next level of problems where you have got both numerator and denominator along with addition or product, whatever the sign it is. The same method you are going to follow as you do it in algebra. Now here in this problem, sin 30 is 1 by 2 plus sine. Cos 30 is going to be equal to root 3 by 2. Whole divided by sin 60. Sin 60 is going to be root 3 by 2. Now as you go ahead, you've got a denominator, common LCM in the numerator part. Right? Numerator 2 is the common LCM. So this remains as it is. It is going to be 1 plus root 3. Now whatever is the numerator, the denominator is going to get reciprocal into 2 by root 3. So now product it is, so 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Therefore write the answer as root 3 plus 1 divided by 1 into root 3 is going to be equal to root 3. Okay, that's how you solve. Normal procedure as you do it in algebra, just substitute and get the values of it. Now, for example, if you take up the next value, that is sin 60 degrees into cos 30 degrees minus cos 60 degrees into sin 30 degrees. Okay, in between, you have got a minus sign, you have got two terms here. So cos 60 is root 3 by 2 into cos 30. Cos 30 is going to be equal to also root 3 by 2 minus cos 60 is going to be 1 by 2. Sin 30 is also going to be 1 by 2. Now root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2 is going to be root 3 by 2 whole square, or root 3 into root 3 is 3 and 2 2s are 4. Minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 whole square. Square and square root cancels. 2 is also applicable. 2 square is going to be 4. Minus 1 square is 1. 2 square is going to be 4. So square is applicable, or directly you can do it. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. 2 2s are is 4. Here 1 1s are 1 and 2 2s are is 4. Comes to common LCM. Common LCM is 4. Numerator remains as it is. 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. 2 divided by 4, that is equal to 1 by 2 it is going to be. Okay, go to the next problem. Third one, PT. That means prove that it says secant square 30 minus secant square 30 degrees minus tan square 30 degrees equals 4 to prove it. Now secant square 30. As I told you, just remember about cos, then you can get secant value. Cos 30 is going to be equal to root 3 by 2. So secant 30 is just the reciprocal of it. That means it is going to be 2 by root 3 and whole square minus tan 30. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 and whole square. So I picked up the LHS, only the left hand side, we have to prove the RHS. So as you take 2 square is going to be 4, square and square root gets cancelled, it is 3 minus 1. Here square and square root gets cancelled, it is going to be equal to 3. Now common LCM is going to be 3 here. So further 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is going to be 3. 3 by 3 gets cancelled, it is equal to 1 it is going to be. So the root is equal to 1. Okay, coming to the next level. So tan 60 degrees minus tan 30 degrees whole divided by 1 plus tan 60 degrees into tan 30 degrees. You have to prove it as equal to tan 30. Okay, same as that. We'll take up LHS value. So LHS is saying it as tan 60. Tan 60 is going to be equal to root 3 minus tan 30 is 1 by root 3 it is. That is numerator. Coming to denominator, it says 1 plus tan 60 is going to be root 3 into tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So I've got numerator and denominator of the LHS. Again, when you take up LHS numerator, LCM is going to be root 3 because here it is root 3 by 1 it is. So root 3 is the LCM. So when I multiply root 3 with root 3, it's going to be 3 minus, here it is going to be 1. Denominator, root 3 and root 3 gets cancelled. Why you cancel? Because it is in the product form. Otherwise it cannot be cancelled. You'll have to take LCM over there. So further, whole divided by 1 plus 1. So this is numerator and this is denominator. 3 minus 1 is going to be 2 by root 3. Whole divided by 1 plus 1 is going to be equal to 2. 2 is understood as 2 by 1. Now next part, you reciprocal it. 2 by root 3 into 1 by 2 is. 2 and 2 gets cancelled, it is equal to 1 by root 3. Problem would have stopped here, but it is asking in terms of tan 30. Now you have got 1 by root 3 in trigonometric standard angles. 1 by root 3 is going to be equal to tan 30 degrees. Tan 30 is equal to 1 by root 3 as you go and it goes into the. So this whole part, what you proved is going to be RHS. Therefore you can say LHS equal to RHS. So here we had to prove it as 1. So LHS is going to be this, you call it as RHS. Therefore LHS is equal to RHS. It is going to be. Okay, this was the second level of problems. Now similarly, see any kind of problem which is given, you are going to just go with algebraical methods. Only thing is that you are going to substitute it. Then the same procedure as you do for LCM, take LCM and then whenever you want reciprocal, wherever you want reciprocal it, sometimes you'll have to rationalize the denominator, rationalize it and then get to the values of it. Okay, we'll look into the next type of a problem, coming to the last part of standard angles. So if sine of a plus b is equal to root 3 by 2 and cos of a minus b equals 1 by 2, you have to find a and b. Angles of a and b you have to find out. Now as you know, a and b will be always acute angles which you find out here. Now we did one problem of tan phi theta where we equated on the same functions on left and right hand side. Similar to that also in this problem. So we'll consider this part, solution sine of a plus b is equal to root 3 by 2. So sine of a plus b is equal to root 3 by 2 in terms of sine it is. So that will be sine 60 degrees. So equating sine on both sides, we get the first equation, a plus b is equal to 60 degrees. We'll call this as equation 1. Next we'll take up the second part. It says cos of a minus b is equal to 1 by 2. So cos of a minus b is equal to 1 by 2 means it is how many degrees? That is cos 60 degrees it is, right? So now cos and cos gets cancelled. So a minus b is equal to 60 degrees. Now go back and call this a second equation. Now we do this according to linear equation in two variables, that is elimination method from 1 and 2. A plus b is equal to 60 degrees and we have got a minus b is equal to 60 degrees. So on positive and negative we have got, so you're going to cancel that positive and negative. A plus a is going to be 2a, 60 plus 60 is going to be 120. So a is equal to 120 divided by 2 it is. A is going to be equal to 60 degrees. Now if a is going to be 60 degrees, then b is going to be how much? So a plus b is equal to 60. A value is equal to 60 degrees plus b is equal to 60. Therefore, angle B is equal to 60 minus 60. That means angle B is equal to 0 degrees. Just continue. Okay, look into the next problem. Second problem. Tan of A plus B is equal to root 3 and tan of A minus B equal to 0. So to find A and B, A equals question mark and B is equal to question mark. Same way, equating to tan on both the sides. Tan of A plus B is equal to root 3. That means tan of A plus B root 3. Root 3 is going to be tan 60 degrees. So tan gets equated. So A plus B is equal to 60 degrees. We call this as equation 1. Then you have got the second equation, tan of A minus B, which is equal to 0. So similarly, 0 also has to be brought in terms of tan. So tan of A minus B is equal to tan 0 is going to be equal to 0 degrees. Therefore, we get A minus B is equal to 0. We call this as equation 2. Now, considering two equations, A plus B is equal to 60 and then you have got A minus B is equal to 0. Simultaneous equation, plus B and minus B gets cancelled. A plus A is going to be 2A and 60 plus 0 is going to be equal to 60. A is equal to 60 divided by 2. A is going to be equal to 30 degrees. Now further, you have to find B. Either take equation 1 or equation 2. If I take up equation 1, A plus B is equal to 60. A value is 30 plus B is equal to 60. B is equal to 60 minus 30. The angle B is equal to 30 degrees. This is one of the important problems. Similar to this, you get many problems. Textbook also has got problems. Work out those problems. Get the values. Work out more and more. Particularly when you have to be perfect in standard angles, always you'll have to work out more. Then the values comes up automatically. More practice, you're going to be perfect in the subject. So in the next part of my video, I look into the last part of trigonometry. that is, you've got trigonometric identities. The identities will prove the identities, and then we'll get into problems. A lot of problems, and quite interesting problems it is. Basically, you'll have to know everything what you have studied from the beginning till now, whatever is done in trigonometry, all those things together, it is going to make up to the last part of trigonometry. Hopefully, we'll keep on improving, make more and more videos. Depends on how much amount of subscriptions you're going to give. Share my videos, subscribe, and any questions you have got related to the subject, you can put it up. I'll try to take up the problems and do it in my videos. Thank you.